If you're not new here, thank you so much for tuning my video. If you read the title, you already know like it's gonna be a pretty emotional. But today's my dad's birthday and I lost him 2 years ago. So I'm only making this video to more so be awareness. A lot of people tell you when you lose a loved one, they tell you, oh, it's gonna get easier, it's gonna get better. My dad passed away in 2022, and it was literally like 2 weeks after I graduated from college. So my dad didn't even see me walk across the stage, but I held hope that one day my dad would get to see me walk across the stage, and unfortunately, he didn't make it. So when I say there's a lot to grieving, because like, I still feel like I lost my dad like yesterday. Like I feel like it's fresh. Like people will tell you it's gonna get better, it's gonna get easier, but in reality it's not. You're just gonna learn to manage. You're gonna learn to just be okay. Like force yourself to be okay. I feel like my dad is missing out on a lot of my life, and a lot of people are like, well, you're young, Martha, you know, you lost your dad, you know, don't let it make you. But how can I not let something make me when he was, you know, everything to me? Like, passed away, I felt like I lost a part of me. Like, I felt like I lost a piece of me. But we have to be mindful. Raised with a 2-parent household. So when he left, I had to hit the ground running. I had to basically grow up. So I made decisions that I regret, such as like school. And I can't blame that on nobody but myself. But I was just going through a lot at the time. I felt like I had to grow up fast. I felt like I had to, you know, basically get myself together and get my stuff together and, you know, go from there. Beat myself up about a lot of things when it comes to my dad. So back to what I was saying about like, oh yeah, I'm young, but like my dad only got to see the young part of me. He would never get to see like, oh, my little girl's growing up, my little girl, you know, got her first house, my little girl, you know, actually, you know, pursued her career or like, you know, achieve adult stuff. Like my dad would never see that. My dad only saw the young me, like the, oh, she got her associate degree. That's like the most my dad has saw for me, like high school associate degree. I don't feel like I had a chance to show my dad like I'm just like, I'm not saying like perfect, but like I have a drive. Like I want to go after something, and I just feel like my dad wasn't there to see, you know, not gonna be there to see all my big girl achievements, and I think that kind of hurts a lot. Myself up because I just want to make my dad proud. Of course, a bunch of people watch this video and be like, "You are though," but I don't feel like I am. Point in my life where I feel like I have something to prove, but how can I prove it to someone inside here? You know, I just have to stop beating myself up because no one would fully understand like my pain and my hurt of like losing my dad. But to watch my dad die, and I couldn't do anything about it. And I think that's what like really sucked the most. Watch this man like go through this. And a lot of people like that know me know like in my eyes, my dad would be like a superhero in my eyes because my dad's been through a lot. And I always keep asking myself like this what took him out? Like this, like he passed away because of this? Like my dad's really gone? Like because like I didn't call my dad every day. And I kind of like suppress. Sorry. So I kind of like suppressed his issues. I kind of suppressed the fact that like, hey, my dad's sick. I suppressed that. Like it was just like, oh, like I beat myself up because I kind of like brushed it off my shoulders. Like it was just really like, oh, my dad's sick. He'll get better. Like, I kept brushing it off until it was too late. Everything in me during that moment, not to drop out of college and to just go home. But I knew my dad would be disappointed and upset, and I didn't want to upset him. It's really hard being a daddy's girl and to not have your daddy here anymore. That is the hardest. That is like the hardest man to love you. It's like God. Like, then to kind of like top it off, like some of the events and things that happened after my dad passed away made it worse for me. So it made it like, I felt like I didn't have nobody. I felt like I was by myself. I felt like the only person I did have was my husband. He was my boyfriend at the time. But he was the only person that I felt like I had. Other than my friends. But they couldn't give me the healing that I needed, you know? It's just like every year around my dad's birthday, Father's Day, and when he passed away, it's just like, it hits me like a Mack truck every year. And you can try your hardest to heal from something, but I can't heal from things that I can't change. I feel like I was a bad daughter. I feel like I was a horrible daughter. I wish I was with my dad. I loved him more. I wish I would have. My dad is not a, you know, soft guy, like affectionate guy. So I just wish I would have been like, I don't know. Wish I would have hugged him more. You know what? Also, like, people don't talk about that, like, you would do anything to just hear that person's voice again. And that's how I feel every single day. I have my good days and I have my bad days. And today, it's one of those bad days. And I'm probably gonna get thousands of phone calls asking me, are you okay? Martha, are you okay? I don't wanna talk. I don't wanna communicate on the phone because I'm gonna go through the same thing every year. Nothing you can say to me will change me from going through this every year. Not including the random days that I'd be like, dang, I wish my dad was here. Someone tells you when you go to a family event or, you know, being around a bunch of family that contribute. You know how many times I've cried being around like my dad's side of the family or being somewhere and my dad's not there. Things I gotta do with myself, like to make myself to be okay. Which is like, I'm gonna always beat myself up because about things that I couldn't change. And that's just the type of person I am. Like, it takes a while for me to realize no matter like what, I couldn't change nothing. And it hurts to know like I couldn't change nothing. Never physically be there. It's like I basically had to relearn myself. I had to basically teach myself a lot of things that I shouldn't have to teach myself by myself. You know? Ever since my dad passed away, it has altered how I, you know, talk to my family, how I like communicate with my family or like go about things. Because when my dad passed away, it was how y'all did things and how y'all carried on about things and how, you know, they talked about things. Nobody's gonna talk about that. Nobody's gonna express that. Family can be in your face and act like, oh, we're here for you, but they're backdooring you. I have to live with in the back of my mind always, every single day, that nothing I can do will ever get my dad back. Nothing that I can say will ever get my dad back. Like, you know, no one would know how many times like I prayed God like to heal him. And even after my dad passed away, I prayed and just hoped to just hear his voice again. Like no one, I don't feel like no one will understand my pain, not even my family. No, never understand my pain to finally, because you haven't, like, before my dad passed away, I wasn't going to sleep for like 2 days. Like I didn't go to sleep. I wasn't going to work. Like I was barely eating. Like, you know, I just wasn't myself because I'm just watching the man that's my superhero, my protector, my this and my everything, just not be him, just lose himself every single day, you know? Don't let no one tell you or put in your head that, oh, it's gonna get easier, it's gonna get better, because it's not. You're just gonna learn how to manage. You're gonna learn how to manage. And that's how I, like, but this is just from my experience. And I just feel like I learned to manage. I just feel like I learned to, you know, figure it out. Like it's certain subjects and things about my dad like I can't even talk about, because like if you do, like I'm either gonna, you know, it's gonna become aggression or it's gonna become waterworks. Like I'm pouring my freaking eyes out on my knees crying, you know? In honor of my dad's birthday, I just wanna say, take the moment and time to hug your dads and to tell them, take the moment out of your day to hug your dad, kiss them, tell them you love them, because you never know when they'll be gone. You know, when they'll be, you know, your last I love you or your last hello or goodbye. I got myself together because if my dad was living, he would have asked me what the freak I'm crying for. So, and he probably up in heaven right now asking what the freak am I crying for, because there's no reason for you to be crying. He didn't play that crying stuff. So yeah, but happy birthday, Dad. I love you, and I just want to make you proud, and I'll be proud of you. I have done a lot of things and I've achieved a lot of things since you've been gone. I just hope you're proud of me. I officially made you a proud dad of me. Or even be one step closer.